Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I've been wanting to get back into video making for quite a while, but my life has been extremely hectic. I recently moved to America and that's just been madness. And the madness is still continuing. There's still so much to do. There's a few videos of mine coming up, so I hope you look forward to that. I got a retro related haul coming up. I'm talking about a new gaming system I recently acquired. There's a Nintendo Direct and there's the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. It's absolutely ridiculous. Gaming is going nuts this year and there's definitely a lot of content of mine coming. But for today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the future of gaming. It's more of an abstract conversation. I just feel like I haven't made videos in a while and I just want to talk about a bunch of stuff, just minor stuff. Like I said, there's a Nintendo Direct specifically about the Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna come out and I haven't even given my opinions on it, nothing at all. There was a reveal trailer and I didn't even have time, or quite honestly, just the feeling of making a video. It's been brutal. I have no time to edit. Apart from the videos I just mentioned, there's like a ton of other videos still coming. But yeah, the future of gaming, Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna come out. Now we've had a bunch of, I wanted to see in the few recent years a bunch of new consoles. And everything has just been going crazy. You have a new Xbox system that's died. Xbox is putting their games on Nintendo, and you had the PlayStation 5, and PlayStation is putting their games on Nintendo. It's like everything has been so wishy-washy when it comes to new consoles. Now, I actually have a video coming up about the PlayStation 5. We have this controller here. So there's a video coming up about how on earth did I get a PlayStation 5 and my thoughts on the console specifically. But I've mentioned this before, I feel, at least in a podcast with my fellow crew members, that this new generation of consoles is just so strange to me. We have the Xbox, which is dying. And people used to joke that Nintendo should go third party. And out of all the consoles with all the capital behind them, I never expected Xbox to be the first one to be like, yeah, this is a third party. But then again, the last fucking 2 decades of Xbox has been strange. And the last decade has just been a wasteland. Let's be honest. The last decade of the Xbox has been a wasteland. They're trying to sell you the Xbox on liquid cooling and Game Pass. Now look, I'm a gamer. I want to play everything. There's definitely Xbox games I'm interested in. But again, at this point, everything has been coming out on PC and now on Nintendo. Like, I don't see a big reason to own an Xbox. And I feel like the brand, in my mind, specifically the Xbox brand, is just like dying. And then we have PlayStation. And I like PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation gamer, I would say. I'm a Nintendo gamer beforehand, but I would consider myself a PlayStation gamer. I like PlayStation IP. I love the Uncharted franchise, every single one of their games. And I'm not a big fan of The Last of Us. Something about that gameplay just doesn't hit with me. Then you have everything. PlayStation has everything from Horizon, Days Gone, Spider-Man. There's always stuff. I feel PlayStation might release less than Nintendo, but they always release these huge, adventurous games that I'm always excited for. And right now, I'm still excited for Spider-Man 2. I'm still excited for Astro Bot. There's just so many games, specifically with this new controller. This is one of the greatest controllers ever. It's not my number one favorite, but Jesus, the DualSense is amazing. But I'll talk more about that in the upcoming video. But all that is to say that I feel PlayStation at least is still evolving. They're still trying. They're trying with their console technology. They're trying with their controller technology. And with their games, even though there's so far and few in between at this point as well. where Xbox started doing that. There's less and less games coming out, and the future just feels so uncertain. I almost don't see Xbox making a new console. I feel we might see another PlayStation. Like, there's rumors, people are talking about the PlayStation 6, but do we need a PlayStation 6? The 5 just came out a few years ago. There's barely anything on it, and we're talking straight up exclusives, a reason to own a console. For me, third-party games are not a reason to own a console, you know? Like, straight up PlayStation exclusives. But even now, PlayStation games are starting to come to PC as well. We got PlayStation games coming to Nintendo with Forza Horizon, with like Horizon on the Switch, Lego Horizon. It's just crazy. Like, everything is just so strange in gaming, I feel, these days. And then we have the savior. As I mentioned before, on April 2nd, we're gonna have our actual direct for the Switch 2, which I hope is gonna focus specifically on games. It's all I care about, really. Like, yeah, okay, all this technology is absolutely incredible. I love the DualSense. I love the adaptive triggers. I love the HD rumble. But realistically, what you want is games. What is a cool controller if there's no games to use it? I feel Nintendo at least always has delivered on games. The Switch has been nuts. The Nintendo Switch have given me several of my video game dreams.
行くぞみんな。仲間を見捨てたりはしないわ。これが最後だ。それよりようやく出番か。さあ行きましょう。私が今までしてきたことは何の役にも立たなかった。
Notice the distinct markings on the bodies of Illumina Pokemon. Who knows? Maybe your research will uncover the mystery behind these mystifying Pokemon. You won't believe all the unexpected Pokemon habitats and behaviors there are in the Lental region. We can't wait for you to take in this breathtaking region with your own eyes.
I've gotten all these dreams through the Switch, and the Switch has released so many games. I barely picked up all of them. There's so many Switch exclusives that I still haven't picked up. Mario related games, Fire Emblem stuff, Bayonetta 3. There's just so much I haven't even picked up yet, and there's so much I want to pick up. And then now we got the Switch 2 coming out, and there's gonna be more games. Mario Kart 9 has already been confirmed. We've seen footage of that. It looks absolutely crazy. Now, they revealed to us the original Switch, the Switch 2 original reveal trailer of the console itself. And I don't know if we mentioned this in a video before yet, but even though gaming is exciting, the future of gaming is just exciting, even if it is strange. But that reveal was one of the most disappointing reveals of any console ever. And I was including Xbox in that, and PlayStation. Like the console reveals of PlayStation 5 and the latest Xbox, whichever one it is, man. I hate the Xbox names. One, S, Series X, Super, I don't even know. But they've all been like cool console reveals. Whereas the Switch one, it's like you're revealing the console in a trailer. And it's literally just a Switch with slightly bigger Joy-Cons. I couldn't be less excited. Now, I didn't even want the next Nintendo console to be a Switch. and especially not to look this much like a Switch. I don't like that. So I hope that the Direct is going to show us more that the console could specifically do. I want to see the user interface, because Jesus, the fucking Switch is a disgusting machine. I'm sorry. On the inside, you have a black theme and a white theme. We had to like beg for folders that still the Wii U did better. Creating a Mii was a depressing experience on the Switch. And I just want the Switch 2, at the very least, even if the console itself looks boring, I want them to revive that. Make me excited about booting up the console. Like looking inside what the console can do, what it offers, and what the future of the games are gonna be. Because it's all about the games. Graphics don't matter. But I feel you can only say graphics don't matter if you're not like 3 generations behind on graphics. I'm currently playing Ratchet & Clank on the PlayStation 5. And when you look at the scope of what that game can do because of the technology, I'm like, I want Nintendo to use that kind of technology to create bigger games than they ever have. And that's why the reveal of the Switch 2 was so strange to me, because I'm like, but what is it gonna do? How strong is it gonna be? What are the games going to be? Now, even if a new game would never release anymore starting tomorrow, there's enough to play that keeps me satisfied. And I do think the Switch has beautiful looking games. We're talking about Bayonetta. We're talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3. The Switch has gorgeous games. So I'm technically not worried about the games looking beautiful on the Switch 2. But, you know, when you're showing the console looking like a Switch, I'm like, will it look better? Will it be better? I don't know. Either way, the future is just exciting when it comes to gaming, I feel. I hope PlayStation is gonna struggle to... I want to see them fight to get back on that level. And I think Nintendo with the Switch 2, I honestly feel they're gonna stay on top. They're gonna stay on top of the game with what the Switch offers already by itself, being a handheld, and with the games now being even crazier or more beautiful and stuff. So with the games coming out, the Nintendo games are gonna sell. Mario Kart is gonna do numbers that are gonna be nuts. Maybe they're not gonna be Switch 1 nuts, but I feel they're gonna be up there. You know, 60 million, 80 million, easy, I feel, for the next console. I mean, at this point, 100 million should almost be easy, because what's the Switch at? The Switch is at like 160 at this point. So I feel Switch 2 could do easy 100 million, knowing Nintendo, knowing the games that are gonna come out. But again, you know, gaming is just in such a strange era, with Xbox on the verge of dying, with PlayStation not knowing where their focus should be. PlayStation had like Valorant, what was it, 400 million or whatever it was, just shut down the toilet. The Last of Us online multiplayer shut down the toilet. Hundreds and hundreds of millions are wasted by PlayStation, and I just want them to see them put that money into lesser titles. Not everything needs to be an Uncharted, not everything needs to be a Last of Us. Give us smaller titles like Astrobot, like Astro's Playroom, more stuff like that to fill up the gaps with the PlayStation brand name. Bring back, PlayStation has so many IP that you just never see anymore. Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, they used to have Tomb Raider, and there's so much more, and use that, you know, use what you have to fill in those gaps between the giant games, the same way Nintendo is doing. I mean, not everything needs to look like the Pokemon games on Switch. But you know, and you have games on the Switch that are of lesser titles, like certain Mario games that are just huge. You don't need to put in 100 million in these games. I think Nintendo said they needed to sell 2 million copies of Breath of the Wild to break even on that game. So, you know, I just want to see more games, and that's what I'm excited for either way. I mean, realistically, I almost don't even expect much from Xbox anymore. They've been canceling game after game, shutting down all these studios. They acquire these studios, they release a game, the game does well, they still shut down the studio. There's all this weird stuff with Xbox. I'm not expecting much, honestly, from the future of Xbox at this point. I was never a fan of the Xbox brand, but at this point I don't even have any hope that anything is going to come out of that. But I do think PlayStation can make a big return. I mean, PlayStation sold by brand name alone. I just wish you would get more out of it, you know what I mean? When you look at the PlayStation 5 exclusive library, it is a bit sad after, what is it now, 5 years since the PlayStation 5 came out? And when you look at what the Switch is doing, it's like there's a reason the Switch is doing these numbers. But yeah, the Switch 2 is coming up, and I feel the Switch 2 is going to be more important than people think for the future of gaming. We're going to see, I hope, exactly what this console can do. We're going to see what these games are going to offer, and I feel that's going to show the other companies like, we need to step it up, or we need to change what we're doing. But yeah, future of gaming, just, I don't know. I'm still excited. I'm very excited. A new Nintendo console is always exciting. But as of now, yeah, just, I can't wait for that Direct. There's going to be a reaction for that. You're going to get retro pickups that I'm working on. These videos are already recorded. There's my trip to Disney I'm still going to put on this channel. There's a lot is still coming. And the game room is coming together. That itself is already exciting. I'm going to make a video about that as well. Eventually in the future, once it's like looking better. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to rant a little bit about gaming, really. The state of gaming as it is and the future of it. Because I haven't made a video in a while and I just wanted to get some thoughts out there. But now the next few videos are going to be specifically dedicated to certain things. Directs, retro. I want to make more retro content. I don't know about gameplay video. I'm going to keep doing gameplay videos. But as of now, like, there's too much on my plate that I need to get out there first. Like, just talking about games, specifically talking about retro games, talking the Nintendo Direct reactions, all that kind of stuff, and the vlogs I still have already done. I have other game videos even recorded that are going to come as well. So not just gaming is going to be blown wide open. My channel is going to be blown wide open with content. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely stick around for everything I've just mentioned that is still going to come up. I'm going to keep videos coming more frequently again now that my life is finally settling down a little bit. And I hope you're excited for that as well. Thank you all for watching. And for now, I'm just gonna go back to the things that actually matter. Playing Hello Kitty.
このままだと君の心に僕が取り込まれる。
私たち死んじゃうの。光なき地に光を、救いなき者に救いを。一人夜の底を行く我らを。海よ、いざないたまえ。
海は、いざないたまえ。